All right. How's it going, everyone? My name is Chris Arechidera. I'm the Assistant Director for CCA California. I'm not Matt Florentino, but he's going to be here soon. He actually just gave me a phone call. He's going to be a little bit late, but there is a special guest as well that I'll tease you guys a little bit about. But anyway, we're going to be on with Matt here shortly, so please don't go away. If you guys have any questions at all about for Matt, whether that's about fishing, about AFTCO, about what's going on, they kind of won some ICAST awards a couple weeks ago. So if you guys have any questions at all, please give me a comment down below, and we'll certainly get all your questions answered. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for Matt, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update about AB 3030. As you know, AB 3030 is a bill that's aimed to protect, in quotes, protect 30% of all land, water, and ocean by 2030. For those of you who don't know, that bill is actually is scheduled to hit its first committee on August 5th at 9 a.m. We'll have more information about that a little bit later on in the week, but just wanted to give you guys an update on that. But in the meantime, let's kind of check out the comments there. Arnie's checking in. So is Mr. Dan Walsh. How are you guys? I apologize if I have zero interest of yours as we wait for Matt here. Like I said, Matt Florentino is actually running a little bit late. But the good news is he's actually going to be coming from us live from the water too. So that's actually going to be really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Like I mentioned before, if you guys have any questions at all, I know Arnie's kind of kicking it off here with the questions, but if you guys have any questions at all for Matt, whether it's about AFTCO, whether it's about fishing, I know he's a huge, huge bass fisherman. Please leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear them, along with mine. But let's go back to the chat here. Hey, Arnie. Hey, Dan. How are you guys? Guys, for those of you joining us, chime in. Let's sorry. Arnie's distracting me with comments there. How's it going, Wayne? Long time no speak. In the meantime, you're right, Wayne. Let's talk about our new raffle. What we got, guys, if you check out our Facebook page, we have a raffle going on right now. It's called You Pick Your Prize. We have a huge lineup of top line items that you're more than welcome to choose from if you win. We're only giving out 100 tickets in total. Repeat, 100 tickets in total are available only for this, and we're going to choose one winner per week, or however many rounds we go. But yeah, we will be doing that. We're talking a brand new Makara 16 from Okuma. We're talking a reliable fishing products kill bag. I believe it's the yellowtail version that they offered. A Daiwa package as well. Those popular Daiwa bags. That's actually going to be up for grabs as well. All kinds of stuff. So we're really looking forward to that. You guys can actually purchase those tickets. You can actually get those tickets online at ccacalifornia.org/raffles. Also, it's on our Facebook page as well. We've got plenty of posts going up about it. So please make sure to get those while they're still there. Let's chime in here. What's going on, Alex? Alex was on with Mark Mills a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Alex. Dan Walsh said, I bought the winning tickets well, I guess, sorry guys, everyone else is out of luck. Awesome. Thank you guys for chiming in. Like I said, we are waiting for Mr. Matt Florentino. He's I guess he's pulling up to a secret spot or something. He's going to be here just momentarily. But Matt Florentino, with a special guest, by the way, wink, wink, is actually going to be on the water, coming to us live from the new boat. So that's a little hint there. But yeah, we're going to be joined by him momentarily. We're just kicking back and killing some time in the meantime. But let's see. Oh, Gary got his. Perfect. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. And Wayne wants to know, where are the tuna? You know, Wayne, if I knew, I would probably be up there myself. But definitely, I believe they're down south. That's really all that I know. Good afternoon, Zach. What's going on, my man? Zach's a good friend of CCA. He, very cool. Awesome. Well, while we're waiting, guys, let me give you a little bit of an update here. We got all kinds of cool events coming on in August. We've got the Goleta Bay Blowout happening on August 15th up in the Santa Barbara. Our Santa Barbara chapter is putting that one on. You guys could actually go on our webpage, ccacalifornia.org /Goleta Bay Blowout, or you can just go on our website and find it that way as well. But we're going to be having that on August 15th. The registration is open. It's $25. Really, really cool stuff. You can actually participate from in that one from anywhere. More information is actually on our website, so make sure that you go and visit that. Alex is answering the tuna question. SCI all the way down to the 425. That I'm guessing that's true because there's a huge pile of fish out there. Pretty much anywhere, kind of like from the corner all the way up to the island, all the way down to the 425, and even below that too. I've heard of fish in the Hidden Bank as well, just this past week. But yeah, we're looking forward to going fishing here soon. Might as well, right? We've got plenty of fish right in our backyard, and might as well take advantage of that. Also, guys, just to let you guys know, we do have our San Diego chapter banquet that was scheduled to be this Saturday. It's actually been postponed. It's been postponed until September 5th. So more details are going to be coming out really soon. For those of you actually that are in San Diego or that are in Southern California, we can't wait to see you guys at the Let's Talk Hookup Live remote happening this Saturday, starting at 7 to 9 p.m. at North County Ford, I believe. So both Wayne and myself will be there. And if you guys have any questions about for us about CCA or anything going on in general, I know there is a lot of stuff going on. AB 3030, 1949, all kinds of good stuff. If you guys have any questions at all, please come and talk to us. We'd love to talk to you and give you guys updates and talk to you about what we're doing and what all the stuff that's happening in the future there. Also, last but not least, well, certainly not least, but we also do have Socal Charter Challenge coming up. That's going to be October 11th to the 13th. That's going to be on the 4 different chapters in Southern California. So we have LA, Orange County, Inland Empire, and San Diego all competing against each other. We are still planning on doing that October 11th to the 13th. It's a day-and-a-half trip. Prices and how to register is actually on our website, and Wayne actually dropped the link down below. Thank you, Wayne. ccacalifornia.org. We'd love to see you guys on the boats. We've got the Amigo out of 22nd Street Landing representing LA. We also do have the Fury out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Actually, Alex Planbeck is going to be the charter master for that as well. That boat's going to be sponsored by Daiwa. And the LA boat, I forgot to mention, that is going to be sponsored by Promar as well. So really good stuff. The Inland Empire chapter is going to be on the Tomahawk at a Fisherman's Landing. That's going to be an Accurate sponsored boat. So we're really looking forward to that. Along with the Pacifica out of Seaforth Landing. That's where our San Diego chapter is going to be. And that's going to be a Penn sponsored trip. So we're really looking forward to having you guys on there. Spots are limited. Just with everything going on, we are going to, limit the spots, but also we're going to throw your meals in there along with the 1-year CCA membership. So it's a really good deal. I highly suggest you guys booking your spot today. The spots will fill up pretty quickly. I know, speaking for myself, last year, it was a blast. I was on one boat and we had a whole bunch of people just really kind of get along, and it was just a great event, great charter. And I talked to all the charter masters on each of the boats. Obviously I can't be on the same boats or all 3 boats at the same time, but we are looking forward to doing that. Also, the Channel Islands and Santa Barbara chapter are going to have their own version as well, called the Central Cal Charter Challenge. That's going to be November 6th to the 7th. More details to come on that as well. And then aside from that, guys, we are still having not issues, but we are still working through some things with all of the rest of our banquets. We will be doing banquets and events throughout the remainder of 2020. So we'll definitely keep you guys posted there, and just keep following us on Facebook and Instagram and the website as well. Let's check back into these comments here. We've got Mr. Kevin Brandon. What's going on, Kevin? TV Metal Art. What's going on, Todd? I forgot to mention Todd donated a yellowfin tuna for that pick your own prize raffle that we're doing. It's a beautiful piece of art. I mean, I've seen plenty of pictures of it, and it's really, really valuable. If it were me winning, I'd choose that for sure. But yeah, thank you so much, Todd, for your donation. Zach says we need to get a Central Valley chapter going. Yes, we do. I absolutely agree. Right now, we are working with some folks up in Bakersfield, along with Morro Bay. Then COVID kind of happened, but we are still planning on doing that. So more to come on that front. We'll definitely keep you guys posted. Carrie's chiming in. I'll be fishing Saturday, but we'll listen on their app. Well, great, Carrie. That's awesome. We're definitely hoping for the best for you. Let's get some fish on the boat. I know there's plenty of that. Arnie says, yep, North County, Florida, Highway 78. Yep, that's going to be where...
Matt Florentino.
Oh, excuse me, guys. All right, guys, sorry about that. That was Matt. He's about to jump on here. Just give me a heads up there. I'm going through more of these comments here. Arnie says San Diego chapter on the Pacifica. Yep, yes, sir. Arnie's going to be the charter.
Matt Florentino.
Hey, Matt. Oh, you there? You got me? Oh. All right, guys, sorry about that. We are having a little technical difficulties here. I think that was an excellent time for my internet to go out there. So I apologize for that. Matt's going to be joining us here shortly. He just called me. I think he's actually trying to get on as well. like I said, guys, if you have any questions at all for Matt about AFTCO, about fishing, or anything on that, just please leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And there's Matt.
Hey, Chris, you got me?
Yeah, you got me.
I got you, bro.
Awesome, man. How's it going? You are live on Facebook. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, everybody? Sorry for the delay. I got picked up by my dad, who just got off of his trip for the day. So, yeah, luckily you got us out here, so we get live for you guys.
Nice.
So man. We had to run down about 55 miles per hour down to a good spot. So now we're here.
Excellent. So let's kind of start with the basics here. What have you been up to during this quarantine and all that?
You know, it's been, the quarantine's kept me busy, honestly. With everything going on with the brand and iCast and whatnot, you know, we're just still moving along. We've had some really cool programs amidst the quarantine. We did a buy one, give one mask program. So yeah, we try to react to the situation. Fortunately for the company and making, the clothing we make, we have access to resources, to get the gator cell masks, work with different folks in the community, or, whether it's the captains or, the fire department. Or the police. And then with iCast, we just got done off of that. So that was really exciting and really different. It's the first show I've missed in Orlando in the last 6 years or so. So, just really stoked for us as a team to just be agile and, be able to do the whole digital concept with iCast and, walked away with a few awards and introduced some really unique products to the market that, other brands haven't been able to accomplish. So it was a lot of fun. So yeah, that just got wrapped up about a week or so ago. And yeah, now we're, it's obviously a little different at AFTCO just with the situation. So we pared down, a lot of our departments, folks that were still working from home and vice versa. So it's been interesting, man, to say the least, but I think for everybody. So.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about those. Since you brought it up, let's talk about those awarded iCast. What I know you at AFTCO kind of took home some hardware in a sense, but what's going on with that? Oh, did we lose him?
Fortunate, it's a new product showcase.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you guys got me there?
Yeah, sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, we're in the back. We're actually in the back of the Inner Harbor down in Long Beach. So pretty industrial, but I think I get service. But yeah, we for new product showcase, we got 3 awards this year for a best new lifestyle apparel with our Saba shorts. Saba was really unique. It's actually made from a 88% recycled poly. It has this seam-free construction on it. So the team found a way to eliminate, any unnecessary seams to get in the way just for comfort. The whole recycled aspect with the short is something that you'll see us do a little bit more of going forward. So really excited about that. And just for us to win for a board short, the first time we won with that silhouette from our line. So we're pretty excited about that. We also got the men's lifestyle apparel from Warm Weather award with our diffuse short. That's another really cool short, and I'm sure most guys on the call have very familiar with our original AFCO shorts from back in the 80s, early 90s. Our tactical camo style shorts and the stealth shorts are really popular locally here on the West Coast.
Sorry, guys, bear with us. The signal might be cutting in and out there. He should be back here momentarily.
That plus the added breathable fabric.
Excellent. So, excellent, man.
And we won third award just to keep on the ICAST train for cold weather. So we won with our Reaper windproof jacket, which Reaper has been a really killer style for us past couple seasons. If you deal with any cold weather, bringing 3-layer construction on it. We got the built-in mask, but it's totally windproof. So first one, 7 of the last 9 in the clothing category. So it's been really fun for us the past few years, just making a good showing at that show and really kind of cementing the brand and the line in a really cool way. So
Excellent, Matt. We're cutting out a little bit, but we
okay.
still got you there.
Okay.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. So I gotta ask, since you're kind of fishing there, what are you fishing? Where are you fishing? If you want to tell us. And
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, how's it out? How's it going out there?
Yeah, the original plan was to hopefully run up and fish some weedless baits and stuff up on the peninsula. My dad happened to be with my dad right now from Coastal Charters. I'll give you guys a quick rundown on the boat a little later here. Yeah, he'll make a little cameo, but he had quite a bit of a channel crossing coming over the Pedro Channel. So we decided to stay inside. We're up on the inner harbor here, just up just shy of like Pier 400 zone, but there's we've had it, tide's real high and also good water movement. So we're just testing it out. I'm just throwing show you guys in here a second. Some good little current, some outgoing tide. The water's not too dirty, but I'm throwing a 1 ounce spinnerbait. It's real heavy duty. I have this actually with 50-pound Afco Pro Psycho, our leader line for the X5 rate. This is a heavy moderate action rod. Just targeting, any big local home guard sand bass that kind of lurk around here. We might get in a little later and fish some spotties. So yeah, just kind of, keeping it a little freestyle. I got a spinnerbait rod on the deck. I got a deep diving crankbait rod, swim bait, jig, pretty simple for this style of fishing. So
cool, man. That's awesome. Hey, it's better than what we're all doing here. We're just sitting at home watching screens.
Well, thanks for the invite because it allowed me to come out here. If not, I would have been staring at my screen too. So
it's all good, man. It's all good, man. Well, speaking of your dad, how is he doing? I know. How did he do today? I know he was on a charter.
Yeah, he had a good day. I know he's had a very good showing of yellowtail. He was fishing at Catalina. A lot of show, no go, but really good bass fishing.
Nice.
So
very cool. Well, let's take a look at the comments here. We got everyone saying hello. Jeff Mariani from Cedros Kayak Fishing is checking in. What's going on, Jeff?
What up, Jeff?
Yeah, Mr. John Liu, TB Metal Art. And Wayne actually dropped a link to Benny's page, fishcoastalcharters.com as well. Thank you, Wayne.
Awesome. Yeah, and just a heads up to everybody. So he was off the water for a while with everything going on, with the pandemic. It's obviously, I'm sure everybody's had issues with shipping and whatnot. You can only imagine that with a boat and a motor. So it took a little while to get him back up to speed, but I think he's on like his 3rd or 4th trip back out. So he's fully operational. If anybody does want to book a trip, make sure you check him out. His website's fishcoastalcharters.com. Find him on Instagram and everywhere else. And he's ready to roll. And I know he's pretty booked up right now. Just, being off the water, he has a lot of packed up trips. But yeah, reach out if you guys are looking to get out, as far as the calico bass and the yellowtail go, whether it's local or the islands. He has a beautiful platform. This is my first time on it, and which is always impressive to me when, he's actually had a few of these boats that each one's a little bit different. This one he has now a 300, the new 300 Merc. And I was just telling him just the whole shot on that was, it got up and went for a 2510 boat. Pretty impressive. My buddy Ron Macho's here with me that I fished with SBS. He actually has the same exact boat. And he was just like, okay, this is a whole different boat. So it's fun.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, South's chiming in. Benny has his new bloat. He has openings in September, right? I guess
Correct. Yeah.
we'll
So
leave that into Benny.
he has his August is pretty filled up. I actually filled some dates at the end of August for Afco, but I mean, I'm sure he could book you for September. Or, the fall time of the year is actually a killer time to fish, and probably also one of my favorite. Again, September, October. So, yeah, make sure you check them out.
Awesome, awesome, man. So I gotta ask for myself. You're pretty into bass fishing, right? That's your bread and butter, kind of your go-to.
Yeah, I'm very much so the bass guy. Obviously, I mean, especially 1 ounce spinnerbait, 50-pound leader. It's a little obnoxious, but you know, my favorite thing to do is target big saltwater bass. Whether that's calico bass is probably my favorite to target. You know, whether it's shallow boilers, in the kelp, fishing. You know, whether it's riprap at night. You know, it's something that I love, something I enjoy. You know, it's kind of I grew up fishing. You know, early on through the sport boats. You know, late 90s or so. Kind of like you graduate, you know, you start with a half day boat, then get a 3/4 day boat. And I kind of tell kids these days too, there's so many groms out that are, you know, you see, even earlier today, I saw them running down with their bikes, which I would just wish that was me again. But just so much different back then. I started on a sport boat. I wasn't, you know, had no clue. Thankful for my dad introduced, you know, the whole deal with the calico fishing and the saltwater bass fishing. You know, he would bring me at an early age. I really stuck with me, and I kind of just never stopped. You know, as older I got, you know, got into skating, got into snowboarding and different things. And then once the older I got, I kind of got back into it in college. Started fishing the tournaments with my good buddy Randy Spicer. Had a lot of fun, learned a lot, and some success there. And then, you know, whether it's chasing calicos or it's fishing local park lakes, you know, bass fishing is pretty much my deal. Which people laugh, you know, we drive 60 some odd miles to San Clemente Island to go catch some bass and throw them back, you know, and run back, which actually sounds ludicrous when there's tuna and stuff swimming around. But, you know, it's one of those things that it's just what I like to do, and I love it. So.
Oh, for sure. I'm a bass guy myself, and you know, not too many things excite me more than going out to SCI after a pretty good bass bite, or even some yellowtail too when it's around.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. I love fishing artificial. So if it's a surface iron for yellows or a surface iron for calicos, or it's a swim bait, a spinner bait, a 9-inch jerk bait, you know, a musky bait, anything like that, I really enjoy it. So.
Awesome. Well, I know, you know, speaking as a bass guy, you know, you're typically looking for current, you're looking for kelp, you're looking for all kinds of things. What, you know, in the mind of Matt, what are you looking for when you're going to go out and trying to pick your spot when you're going bass fishing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, if it was my ideal day, I'd be at, it's tough, but I mean, it'd probably be Palos Verdes, fishing in shallow with some isolated kelp, would be what I would like to do. And I'd throw, you know, a rotation of different baits, you know, a weedless bait, traditional swim bait, a big jerk bait. And I would really be looking for that 8+ pound class fish. I'm still looking for that 10-pounder that I'm still searching for. So that's kind of what keeps me going and really has me on that, you know, on that wavelength of kind of that big fish, big line, you know, shallow water, close quarters combat situation. Like, that's how ideally, you know, I would catch them. A close second would be throwing a crankbait and dragging a crankbait through rocks and having a big 6 to 8 pound fish rip the rod out of your hands. That's like probably a close second. But that's my gig for sure. And that's whether it's the skiff or it's the kayak. I just started fishing out of the kayak recently, and that's been really fun for me. You know, really, and speaking of Jeff, shout out to Jeff and the whole Cedros kayak fishing crew. But I was very fortunate last October to go with Morgan and a few of the Hobie brand partners down to Jeff's operation. This is my first time fishing in the saltwater with a kayak. We had this Hobie Mirage, and you know, for 4 days I got the deep dive into it, and it's probably, you know, over fishing off the boat. The kayak's kind of this new little thing for me where I'm able to really get in, you know, by my own means and fish how I want to, and kind of be in control of the whole situation, you know, and powered by a human. So
For sure.
That's been a lot of fun for me.
Awesome.
And if anybody has a chance to get the Cedros, and I hope they open back up, because I definitely want to go back. Jeff's operation's amazing. You got to check his deal out.
Oh yeah.
We
I literally just booked my trip with Jeff yesterday. So looking
Awesome.
forward to 2021.
You're gonna have a lot of fun, and I need to put some dates down on the calendar too. So
for sure. Let's go back to the comments here. Jeremy's checking in. What's going on, Jeremy? Thanks for tuning in. Roy is also checking in. He says, as a kayaker, I want to be seen by boaters when I'm on the water. And also as a question, does Afco make something bright, long sleeves with the hood and SPF?
we do. We have a full range of sun protection gear. Probably the most popular of our hooded performance shirts would be our Samurai. As far as colors go, we have, I think, close to like 12 to 14 colors. We have bright blues, all sorts of different colors. We have hooded, non-hooded. And that'll get you, I think, at about $40. I'll get you that hooded style sun shirt. We also have our Ure, which we released and won for ICAST last year. That comes in a style with a hood and a mask on it. And we have a number of styles. So yeah, if they just go to the AFTCO.com website, just take a look at, I believe it's the tops section and filter down by performance.
Buffering. Yep, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey, we got another question from Alex. Any water resistant performance shirts? Also, Afco makes the best face buffs.
Water resistant shirts?
Any water resistant performance shirts?
Gotcha. Well, as far as the shirts go, we don't have like a true water resistant with a waterproof rating shirt. Most and almost all of our shirts are treated with a DWR, and folks might see that, whether it's on the side or elsewhere. What DWR means is durable water resistant. So there's a level of water resistance actually in the fibers of the fabric. So if you get one of our shirts, you'll notice the water will bead really easily. That's that DWR treatment. It is one thing that does kind of wear off over time. It varies by how much use you use and how many washings. But yeah, pretty much almost all of our shirts are treated with a durable DWR coating. They'll help resist water, stains, and the sort. But to be completely honest, if there's something you're trying to stay, dry in, I would recommend just like a lighter shell jacket, like our Solitude, something that you would throw over, just to really kind of keep that out, keep you dry.
Nice. Awesome. Speaking of Jeff, he's checking in again for big fish. I know Benny likes surface irons. What is Matt's go-to for the big bite?
Oh man, big bite. Gosh, that's tough for me. Just based on experience, my personal best was caught on a 6-inch Island Plastics weedless bait. So, personally for me, I've caught my biggest on a weedless. But not to say I haven't caught other big fish on just a traditional lead head swim bait, a crankbait, or a jig at night. And if I'm staring at the wall and I'm just waiting for the sun to go down, but you could catch a lot of big fish if you just fish a jig in the rocks, whether it's the wall or any other local riprap. And that'll get you a better than average fish traditionally.
Nice. Very cool.
That's a kind of open-ended answer, but that's the best I could do.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Arnie wants to know, do they have the big guy MO2, MO1 shorts yet?
Big guy will be coming soon. That'll be available. You'll see some styles trickle in this fall. So, and I'm glad he asked that question. So big guy, and going to the Fred Hall show every year, and going to other events around the country. We've been getting requests for having larger than a 2X. That's coming. It's like you mentioned, it's gonna be our BG Big Eye series, and that'll be sizes 3 to 5X. So that'll be available in a lot of our popular styles, some of our shorts, some of our woven shirts, our performance shirts, and we'll also have it for fleece and outerwear as well. So all the guys out there, we see you every year at the shows. You know, we hear you. It's coming, and we're happy to have it.
Excellent, excellent. I know Mr. Shed actually kind of teased that on Let's Talk Hookup a couple of weeks ago as well. So
Awesome.
We're looking forward to
Yep.
that. Roy has a question. Does color matter on swim baits? And if you had one color to use, what would it be?
You know, I would say yes. For me, and I keep things very simple. I kind of have my greens and reds, my browns and oranges, and then my naturals. My naturals meaning like my bait fish style colors. And I don't really get too crazy. Like, you know, this one, for example, water's a little clean right now. You can see this, kind of the glare is a little tough. But this is a 1.5 ounce war baits. This is a very unique bait. I think most people might not have seen before. This is a Weston Hypotes ST. It's a company out of Scandinavia. I was fortunate to kind of link up with. But this is a really kind of natural. It's actually hand painted, but it has like a green back with that little purple belly, clear on the bottom. Kind of a good little smelt, you know, kind of those kind of odd end bait fish you see inside the harbor. What I'm trying to mimic. So yeah, if the water's clean, I'll go natural. When the water's off color, I'll go to like, you know, your traditional brown and orange, green and red, those type of deals. So yeah, I would say color does matter. But but at the same time, don't overthink it. Keep things simple. And, you know, if you just put it in the right place, you might catch one. So.
Awesome. Well, let's kind of talk about gear for a second here. I noticed you're throwing a bait caster right now. Do you have a personal preference on, you know, whether it's a 300 versus a 400 size reel or even up to a 500 when, you know, you're fishing the wall or you're just fishing saltwater bass in general?
Yeah, I mean, my go-to would be this actually Abu Garcia Beast HS40. Their sizing system's a little bit different. So the 40 would be, it's kind of equivalent to a 350 size. It's actually really low profile. It actually has 30 pounds of drag, but it holds a lot of line, and you can put the wood to them. So it's a real nice compact body, but it's got the juice to get them out of there. But it sits real low, you know, on the rod. You'll notice too, a lot of the style of rods I fish are very freshwater-esque, but they're just kind of built up. Like this is a 711 extra heavy flipping stick, which was originally designed, you know, guys flipping 2 ounce tungsten, punching through grass and whatnot. Not too similar from if I'm, you know, going to go up to the wall and there's some stretch of kelp on the edges and I'm going to punch through a 1.5 ounce or 2 ounce jig. So yeah, the Beast 40 is pretty much my favorite, whether it's bodies or whether it's inside here, you know, kind of the do-all reel. They do make a 60 size, which is Abu Garcia's Toro Beast, which is equivalent to like a 450. So you're getting a little bit more line than some other competitors relative in that 400 size, but still very low profile. I mean, actually that reel about a month ago, I hooked 2 yellows at Clemente, or actually 3 yellows, and I have no problem landing them. Unless you're seeing a lot of kind of that trend for you know, a lot of guys fishing the bigger bait casters, surface iron or what have you. You know, but just so you don't have to worry about line management and getting the line back on the spool. And being the bass guy, I'm very comfortable like just chucking the money in that thing all day long and not getting burnt out. So, and I could change up whether I throw the iron or if I throw a big jerk bait or a big glide bait. It handles that no problem.
I like that. It's kind of like meeting in the middle of some of those size reels there.
Yeah, Abu kind of takes a different approach the way they size things. And coming up soon, a release that I cast from Penn, I'm really excited to get my hands on, is the new Fathom series of low profile reels. So they have in a similar size, they have a 300, a 400. There's a whole range of them they released in that Fathom series and also in the Squall series. So that's I've sent my request in. I hope I get one soon. And yeah, hopefully we might see some of that soon.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, like I mentioned before, guys, if you have any questions at all for Matt, whether it's about fishing or AFTCO or anything at all, please drop them in the comments below. We'd love to answer them. But yeah, let's kind of switch gears here. I know we talked to some AFTCO. We talked about fishing and bass fishing as well. You mind showing us around your dad's boat there? I know a lot of people are
100%.
looking forward to it.
100%. Here, let me get off this mount here real quick.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We lost Matt. I'm sure he's going to be joining us back here soon. He must have accidentally hit a button there. But guys, like I said, please leave a comment below for a question for Matt or anything like that, anything that you want to talk about as we wait for Matt to jump on. So we scroll as we wait for Matt to come back on. Arnie says, sweet, can't wait. Awesome. Roy says, thanks. Alex also says, thanks. Oh, there he is. Yep. You're back.
There we go. Stand by here.
Oh, you're good.
So here's the new 2510. I'll get on the bow here. I'll walk through. Give you the rundown. Here's.
Hey, how you doing, CCA?
Hey, Benny, what's going on, man?
Chris, how you doing? Just
Good. How are you?
I'm great. It's nice and flat and calm in here. After getting rinsed from Catalina, so it's good to be hanging out with Matt and our buddy Ron here.
Excellent, excellent. So we hear you have a brand new toy that you're playing with.
Yeah. So let since I have you, let's look at the helm real quick.
Yeah.
What I'm really excited about are these Solix 12 Humminbird.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but Matt, do you mind flipping the camera over vertically there? Perfect. Thank
There
you.
we go. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah. So what I have is the new Solix 12 on my dash. Putting those on the new 2020 Ranger 2510. Really, really enjoy. That's a side scan of what we're fishing right now. That's the break wall right here. And this is a rock that I marked. I think I caught a 9+ pounder on that on a crankbait about last year. So very great detail on it.
Let's not make sure the waypoints are there. Oh yeah, there we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right.
Another thing too that I'm really excited about is this new Mercury Verado. And you know, the cool thing is one, the look, two, the torque, the whole shot, it's incredible. The weight, and the thing I like the most is this new sport sound that it makes. You know, you can either go silent or you can go sport sound, and I'll start it up real quick. Might want to move the camera over there. How cool is that? So that's a sport sound, and then you want to take it off. I'll shut that off, but it goes to silent.
Wow.
Silent engage. It's kind of insane, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Other than all the great features, this 2510 as far as storage and everything else, I also have a 15 meter for the bow that I don't have it on here right now, but I do have that. And again, side scan, the whole thing. And for you music listeners, there's 8 speakers inside this whole deck that I won't turn on for you because it's too loud. But you'll just have to come on the boat and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just chime in here, Chris, but I mean, the amount of space on this rig, like there's the helm there, 25 feet bow to stern. And when you're able to get on the channel crossings and just have like a really plush jump seat, and you know, it's riding in style, to be totally honest. So for that guy who might not, you know, have had the experience from a small boat, being able to run to Clementi and, like, you know, on a good day, an hour and a half or so, it's a real fun deal. And being able to get uptight and in the weeds and do that sort of thing, which it's always fun to have, you know, bring guys aboard who've never experienced small boat fishing. or doing that sort of thing, because it's kind of a whole different world, you know, from what you might be used to. So, you know, if you have the opportunity to, with, you know, you and a couple of guys, you have a lot of fun. So
Wow.
fishing with that here.
Benny, just say when, man. I'm always down to go fishing.
You know, the one thing too, you know, being a Shimano pro, look at all the rods that are in the rod locker. You know, there's about 15 in there now, and that's anything. Today we fished bait at Catalina, so I had, you know, spinning reels, I had Talicas and Trinidads. Then we have the usual stuff, you know, your bait casters. You know, there's Corrado DCs, SLX DC, there's Tranks 300, 400, and of course Tranks 500 for throwing the surface iron. So those are the things that, you know, that we have on the boat, and those are the things I offer. But the platform is just incredible. You know, you can see the deck here. Got my buddy Ron. He actually has the same boat, 2510, and we can literally fit 3 guys without the chair. I mean, look at all this room we have. Pretty incredible.
Holy smokes. That's awesome. And for the guys that just love to hog the bow, it's like you've got plenty of room just by yourself. If not, you can even have a friend up there too.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. I like to just come and hang out. The fishing part's just, you know, secondary, but I just like to come out and hang out. And, you know, thanks for letting me host my son and his buddy Ron out here for CCA Live.
There was some convincing involved, just as FYI. The last thing he probably wanted to do, making a bad channel crossing and being on the water today, was take me out. But really appreciate him, you know, getting us out here. So
awesome. Well, Benny, everyone's saying hi to you. Wayne says hi. Mr. Bill Varney, Jeremy, everyone says hello.
Oh, right on. Well, look forward to seeing Wayne and Tommy P. And of course, Bill Varney. Looking forward to see you and your brother-in-law and your other friend here very soon. Also, it's always great to fish with different people, especially people in our industry. And Chris, we're gonna have to get you on the book. Quit being so busy.
Yeah, say it. Just say it. I would love to.
All right, I'll turn it back over to Matt.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Benny. We'll talk soon. But hey, Matt, Wayne wants to know, do you ever use clips or do you ever use clips to jig heads?
I do. You know, it's one of those things, if I know if I might maybe changing baits a lot, I definitely will. If I know it's something that I'm gonna have in my hand, you know, for a good amount of time and not really gonna swap it out. So if that's like my jig rod or something, I probably won't. But just for the sake of efficiency and, you know, not wasting time to retie, I have, you know, integrated that into the quiver, so to say. So I typically fish, Kicker makes a kicker clips, and there's like a range of them from like a 50, 75, and like the 120, I believe, for like the heavy stuff. So yeah, it's I know it's kind of the trend now. A lot of guys are using them, but there's a good reason for it, you know. Some guys have concerns, but I have had no issues on my end, you know, whether that's yellows with the surface iron or, you know, or just bass with swim baits. So
excellent. Hey, Bill Varney wants to know, when will Afco have 4 and 6 pound Sensi for all of us surf anglers?
That might be some time, unfortunately. Getting down to 12 pound for, you know, some of the inshore and bass needs was about as low as we were able to get. So we'll see though. I mean, and I'm actually glad he brought that up. We do have new spools of line. So there is an update on Psycho. Previously we had it in 25-yard spools. We just took delivery on 50-yard and 100-yard spools. So you should see those soon from you know, some of the better Afco dealers out there. The 25 yards are great, but if a guy, you know, really wants to just stock up on some fluorocarbon leader and not have to, you know, go through line a bunch, you have that 50 and 100 now available for you. So
yeah, and that Psycho Pro, man, that's awesome stuff. I know a lot more guys are using it, and it's bulletproof.
Yeah, it's that's what I got on all my stuff. And you know, the whole purpose for the line that we've touted is abrasion resistant, and it's for fishing stuff like this. You know, like I'm fishing, I'll swing around here. Like this is really heavy riprap. You know, let me change the views. You guys check this out. So this is really, you know, this is industrial. Like you see the cinder blocks, you see all that rough rock, dealing with kelp and what have you. and I'm, and hearing 40-pound, 50-pound leader on spinnerbait might sound obnoxious and ridiculous, but if I was to hook a 9 or 10-pound fish and get them in the rocks, I want to catch that fish. I'm not trying to, win any line awards for what I'm doing, and just to get them in the boat. So it was real fun testing, when we worked with Sunline Japan throughout the whole process of that. So being able to test some of the lines, give some feedback, really put it through his paces was a good little exercise for us all. Oh, there's one over there. I got him. Right on cue. Spinnerbait fish, right at the boat, right as it's pulling up on the directional change.
Oh yeah.
Nothing fancy, a little sandy. So
Nice. Well done, my friend.
Yep. Little guy.
I think I can safely say that's the first sand bass we've ever had on there. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I might hear it from my buddies because I'm a very much so the calico proponent, but I'll take a sand bass any day.
Very cool, man. Very cool. And, speaking of gear, we also, we know that Mr. Robbie Gant kind of moved over to Afco there. And I know he's got some pretty good stuff in the works there for you guys.
That's correct. You'll see next ICAST. Bill alluded to a lot of it on his on Pete's show, Let's Talk Hookup. But our consumer tackle business is going to be a big focal point for us going into 2021. Psycho, our fillet knives, were kind of the first couple of products and new categories for us. You'll see us kind of expand further from our traditional blade bite, from our gaffs, our bait nets, and you'll see some other products coming forward. It's a big project we're all working on, and really excited to have Robbie there. It's he's just a wealth of knowledge, so much great experience, and he's really eager to kind of get after it, and just kind of bring a new kind of some more options on the Afco line, expanding on what we've done with clothing. Really get back to the roots. The tackle is really what the Afco Roller Guide in '58, J.C. Appleson, and just the heritage with the unibutts and the gaps and everything else. Just making sure we continued on with that legacy, and bringing on the Afco name and delivering good product like we have with clothing, whatever it might be. So a lot of fun stuff, a lot of fun development, a lot of good testing coming forward on our end. So some of the perks of the job, but yeah, it's really good to have Robbie there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And not to mention he's the Orange County chapter president for CCA.
That is correct.
Super happy to have him. But Jeff Mariani's checking in again. The new Mercury product is awesome. I love the 150 I put on the new Panga. What a great boat.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Jeff's Pangas, by the way, they're super Pangas. It's like a 28, and I forget what the other size is, 26 or so. You're right in style down there, and it's true. Again, I can't say enough about that operation. Shout out to Jeff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm really anxious to get back down there. I had a sampling, and I just want to definitely go back.
Absolutely. I know Jeff actually brought one of his Pangas down to I forget what event it was. It may have been the Bay Bass seminar actually with Benny, and he brought it down there, and it was just massive. It was awesome.
Rad.
Awesome to look. Hey, Jeremy wants to know, for throwing surface irons on the 500, what line do you use, and what is your top shot size?
I'll let Dad chime in. 500 on the Shanks 500 line leader size.
Oh, as far as the Tranks 500 line leader, the tie, the connection, or
your line, your spool. What do you have?
What do I have on the spool? Yeah. I have 80 pound Max Quattro Power Pro, and it's tied to 50 or 60 pound Psycho Pro, and then I have a 100-pound kicker clip to the end, so I can connect and disconnect a lot of the jigs I fish. I can show you real quick. Actually, I can dig into my rod locker and grab one real quick. So, go ahead.
Excellent.
It might take 30 minutes. He's got like 40 rods in there. So
awesome. Well, we did actually have a question for you, Matt.
Go ahead.
are the new AFTCO knives good for? And there's a huge.
A quick but snarky answer would be everything. The 8-inch is probably your best all around. So that's the knife I'm going to use, whether it's cutting cod or cutting even just smaller yellows or what have you. The 10 and 12 is it's really kind of that breaking knife. So the guy's catching the big bluefin, and that sort of thing. That's kind of that'd probably be ideal for that situation. The 12 is a beast of a knife. Unless it's a real big cow or one of those moose or a big swordfish. I traditionally push people into the 8 and 10. And then announced at ICAST, we will have a 7 and 9 inch flex coming this fall. So, guys, if they have halibut or any other fish that requires some flex to it or a little more care, the 7 and 9 will kind of fit the bill for that. So we've really, expanded on our whole range of knives in short order. So we, come fall with the flex fillet, we have a full range, from 7 to 12 inches to handle any needs. We kind of joke, it's like, from crappie, and that's the thing, AFTCO's expanded in other fisheries, but whether it's crappie with the 7 flex or whether it's swordfish with, the 12 breaker, I mean, we got you covered with great Boker German steel knives. So.
Excellent. Yeah, those knives come in handy, man. They're just awesome.
So real quick, here's that connection. I use a 6-turn uni knot to that kicker clip. And again, you can get them at kickerfishing.com. But the short leader with that, I believe this is 60-pound Psycho Pro. Ooh, 60-pound here. So you're talking about 24 inches at max. Okay. And then again, the clip is just to get in and out of the lures really quick. So if I want to change color, bass colors to yellowtail colors, big, heavy. Again, 80-pound Max Quattro Power Pro on that 500.
Excellent. Hey Benny, real quick, how much line can you get on that Tranx 500 with 80 pounds?
Line yards about 250. Yeah, with that Max Quattro, you can get a lot more, 25% more than your normal 80 pounds. So that's plenty of line for fishing yellows. Tuna, on the other hand, I don't know. It depends how big the tuna are. It's that 30 to 50 stuff. You're still okay, I believe. But the yellow fishing we've been encountering lately, this is the perfect outfit. And of course the bass fishing in those bad areas for sure.
Excellent. Hey Benny, while you're there, Wayne says, "What a beautiful Ranger boat from Angler Marine."
Pardon me?
Wayne says, "What a beautiful Ranger boat from Anglers Marine."
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, Anglers did a great job rigging the boat. I'm really excited. Just trying to work out all the kinks, Hummingbird's new for me this year, so I'm just getting to know the equipment, and once I do, we'll be pretty well set. So I got to thank Bill Carson at Johnson Outdoors there for both the Minn Kota Ulterra trolling motor and also the Humminbird electronics. They're just, the clarity on it and the definitions is pretty incredible. So
chime in there. I just got a Helix 7 on my Kobe Outback, and I've never had the opportunity to really use a good unit, and have that mega imaging for side imaging and down is been amazing. I'm finding a lot of little things in little local lakes and local haunts that I would have just mainly fished, visual cover, and I'm finding a lot of little nuggets. So it's opened up this whole new deal for me, fishing, a little deeper than 10 foot of water. So.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So we have Alex says, "Join CCA," and also true. Jeff says, "Matt, thank you so much for the gear for the crew. They are super stoked."
Right on. Happy to.
Yep. And everyone else is just chiming in. I know it's 6 o'clock, but do you have a couple more minutes for some more questions?
Yeah, man. We're just hanging out here fishing, kind of just freestyling it. And yeah, probably after we get done, we'll still be kind of plugging along here. So yeah, we got some time.
Awesome. I jumped down.
We're a little tardy, so happy to fill in, that time slot.
Excellent, man. Well, let's. I know we kind of talked about ICAST, all the awards that AFTCO's won this year and years past. what can we kind of expect for the rest of 2020? What's going on at AFTCO? What are you working on?
Yeah, 2020. So if you guys keep your eyes peeled, our fall line will be dropping tail end of September, October. So like the Reaper Windproof you saw at ICAST, that'll be coming forward. We'll have some new fleece, new outerwear. We do these, seasonal updates now a couple times a year. So we have a big fall delivery of product. So a lot of our, traditional outerwear, fleece, whatnot. We got some new jackets, some new bibs. Our Triton series is going to be available, as well as Women's Hydronaut and a few others. And then we have our spring delivery, which will come later in the year. That's when you'll see that diffuse short and see that Saba short around like February, March or so. So yeah, the fall delivery is coming soon, along with those knives I mentioned earlier. Our new Psycho, put-ups aligned to 50, 100 yard. That'll be available soon. We have some media pieces coming up soon too. So if people, follow our social media at AFTCO Freshwater, if you're into the bass side, hop on our newsletter list. That's probably the best way to get, new product updates. And I just want to make one quick comment. The guys at Fred Hall show that ask if we're ever going to do the parking lot sales. Unfortunately, no. I grew up going to those things and they're amazing. But if you do want to, get some deals and things, just stay tuned to our email newsletter. And that's where we we do those, the sales and whatnot for guys trying to get deals. So.
Excellent, man. And you're absolutely right, man. I've seen plenty of those AFTCO email blasts and all that come out, and you can actually score some pretty good deals, on almost a monthly basis.
I probably shouldn't be saying that, but I always love seeing the guys at the Fred Hall show that talk about the parking lot sale, because for me, it was when I was a kid, my dad was bringing me the sale, so I'm very familiar with that sale and all the good times and whatnot to be had with that, and amazing deals. So you can still do that, but now it's just on on the website and digital. So
awesome. I think you just touched this, but I'll ask it again. Wayne wants to know, we get asked about AFTCO clothes for women all the time. Is there any update?
Sorry, the AFTCO, what was that again?
We get asked about AFTCO clothes for women all the time. Is there any update on that front?
Oh, 100%. So we launched actually our women's line a couple seasons ago. We have a full range of women's product, down to like the shorts and sun shirts, which people, kind of probably most folks are using from us. But we have fleece, we have women's Reaper, we have leggings, we have tank tops, we have a full range of women's techno apparel. And that's one thing I'm really pumped with the brand and the team is we haven't shied away from whether it's men's, women's, or youth of making sure we have all the right pieces so somebody can enjoy a day on the water. So having outerwear, having good fleece, having good sun protection. We pretty much now have that in both men's, women's, and youth categories, and each season is expanding. So yeah, and actually I think right now we have a campaign on the website. If you go afco.com, the main hero page there, it has some of our new summer styles that delivered recently on the women's side. So
excellent.
Yeah, make sure you guys check it out.
For sure. Well, we talked about AFTCO for the last hour or so. We can't forget to talk about their role and their huge role in conservation and what they've been doing. And do you mind touching on, I know AFTCO does a lot for conservation for CCA organizations like ours. Do you mind touching on, everything that they've been doing as today?
Yeah, 100%. I hate to sound like a, same message, but I've just been very fortunate to work with AFTCO, and now I'll be 7 years now at AFTCO and the Shed family, and being part of all of the work they do aside from the great products and the great heritage and history. It's just all the the grassroots efforts that Bill has done, that Milt has done previously, and that we continue to do. Whether it's working with CCA and CCA National, I'm working with CCA Cal. We work, like you mentioned, whether it's Louisiana, Florida, Texas. We've worked with many different chapters in different capacities, and just the willingness and the eagerness to make a difference is very inspiring for me, just to kind of go into work every day along with just the great products. But it's just great to be a part of, and just taking care of the resources is very important to me, myself, and and just everything else we're facing with AB 3030, the MLPA and PAs we've dealt with in the past. Just knowing we have, good people in, the anglers court that are really making, good efforts to make sure we have water to fish and have access to the resource, and it's really cool, honestly. And it's something that the Shed family has been doing since '73. So, and I know conservation and giving back, not that it's like a trend, but you're seeing a lot of other brands kind of, almost use that as a driving branding force, but it's something that we very quietly have been doing, since '73. One part of my job was to make sure, that we're letting people know of all the good efforts. So, it's been really fun, whether it's that bluefin tagging project, working with Dr. Barbara Block, or a slew of other things. Feel very fortunate to be a part of it, just to contribute, as part of the brand. So, and kudos to Bill. I mean, Bill's he's retired, but I mean, Bill's in the office, on a very regular basis, and he's, dealing with some very important matters that really impacts us, the anglers. So, yeah, major thank you to Bill, the Shed family, just for all that they've done for us as anglers. So.
Absolutely. And you kind of hit on something that I was going to just talk about, the bluefin tagging. I know the last couple of years we've been doing that in August, and I know it's coming up here soon,
Yeah.
August 18th to the 24th.
Yep. That's coming up soon. And I know they were looking for some other resource boats for some more help out there. I don't know who the right contact is, but just send an email to social@afco.com if you're willing to help or want to learn more about how you could help in some way. It's a really cool project. You're dealing with Barbara Block, who's pretty much the authority as far as the bluefin tuna and their migrations and just the science of it all. So it really helps too to know and understand kind of the tendencies of what these fish are doing, and just to help give back in a cool way. There's a video on our website, go to the AFTCO.com website, in our blogs, showcasing exactly kind of how they do it. Bill, Paul Fruchbaum on the Cutania, Greg Stotesbury and his brother Michael on the flying fish, along with Barbara's crew. They were able to tag and release a fish last year, I believe, off San Clemente Island with the bite. So that little video shows exactly what they do. Barbara talks a little bit about kind of what they're kind of learning with these new tendencies of these fish. Really interesting. I'm a total I love info and little tidbits of like random information. So I soak up any that I can, whether it's bass or whether it's tuna or whether it's mahi or whatever. It's really cool just to kind of learn about, these animals that we're chasing. So.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. And if you watch that video, you can actually kind of get a sneak peek of what they actually do.
Yeah,
which they actually,
really interesting.
If I remember correctly, I believe they attach a tennis ball to the leader of the hook fish, and then they actually throw it to the science boat.
That's correct. So they hook the fish on flying fish with Michael Stotesbury, Greg Stotesbury, and Dave Elm. Hooked the fish. They then took the tennis ball. I would not want to be the guy throwing the tennis ball, where that ball gets tossed to the science boat on board. That was aboard Paul Fruchbaum's Cutania. I can't remember who caught it, but it was a great catch. Latched it back on. They fought it there from the tackle they had, and then they brought the fish up. Barbara and crew, once the fish is up on the back door, bring it in. They manage the satellite tag, get that all good, take some samples, off the fish goes, and then they're tracking that fish for X amount of time, seeing where it's traveling, and seeing where it might be, its next stop in kind of its life cycle. So, really cool deal. Oh, I wish I could do that with calico bass, to be honest. I would love to know.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I believe they implant, if I'm not mistaken, they implant a satellite tag, and then that satellite tag pops up after a year of collecting data, and then they can actually figure out where it's been in the last calendar year.
It's really cool.
Unreal. But hey, Matt, how do we, if we want to get in contact with you with Afco in regards to fishing? I know your dad kind of put his plug in there. How can we kind of talk to you in the future?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody was reaching out to me on the Afco side, my email is real simple. It's matt@afco.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I have a full Instagram page. It's Matt_Florentino. On that side, it's not really much. So Afco is just kind of my, fishing adventures and whatnot, locally or abroad. That's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me there personally, or to via email.
Awesome, Matt. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, your fishing time out there with your dad. So I want to say thank you, man, for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the invite. Apologize on the delay earlier, and yeah, just thanks everybody tuning in to watch. Appreciate you guys spending some time out of your day to learn a little bit of what I have to say. So
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, man. We'll talk very soon.
all right, Chris, hopefully we get a good one. You might see it up online later. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, post that and tag us.
all right, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thanks,
Take
Matt.
care.
Appreciate it.